Hi everyone, this is Chris Yonka from Core Balance Fitness here, and if you're like most people over 40, you have a million responsibilities and never enough time. And if you're like many frustrated men and women out there, then your back pain is starting to become a real problem. To make matters worse, you probably realize that even though injuries can cause back pain, it's usually what they call non-organic or mechanical in origin, which means you weren't doing anything particularly strenuous and you just threw out your back for some reason. Well, I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be this way anymore. Imagine if you had someone on retainer, a trainer, fitness pro who's been at it for 20 years, who could help you achieve all your fitness goals, but without throwing out your back, staying within your range and taking that steady progression. With Core Balance Fitness, that's exactly what you get. You can join our live classes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for an intense cardio workout with our app software and personal trainer access included. I'm here every step of the way. Plus, we offer programs like the Back Pain Protocol, which is based on my book, Help I Threw Out My Back, available on Amazon. Plus nutrition coaching, weights, cardio, core, and even flexibility routines. So, you're about to get a free preview of this class for the next 10 minutes. Enjoy this workout, and if you are interested, let's take that next step together. Let's get started on this workout. Knee extension. Let's go ahead and straighten out the leg and then bend. Flexing the ankle the entire time. So that's going to allow us to get that calf stretch right here. So we're going to straighten it and bend just like that. We're going to go through this, stretching the hamstring, warming up the glutes, hitting the quads, the hips, gradually ramping up into this warm-up today, ramping it up. Let's go ahead and switch legs. Straighten out the leg and then bend, straighten and bend. So we're getting that quad to engage, to tighten as we come up, as well as stretching out the hamstring and the back of the leg. So making sure we get that knee nice and warmed up, all the muscles that attach in and around the knee as well. And then again, up next, we'll hit the hip as well. So let's switch legs. This time we'll hit mostly hip flexor. Let's straighten out the leg. Let's go up and down with that entire leg here. So the entire leg touches the floor and then it comes up, getting that same hamstring stretch at the top, all the way down, all the way back up. Full range of motion. Try to keep your legs straight. So the calf right here should be the first thing to touch the floor. That's how you know your leg is straight enough. If your heel touches first, that means there's too much bend in the knee. Let's go ahead and switch legs. Up and down, keeping that leg fully locked out, getting the front of that hip flexor. Very important muscle group here. Center of gravity right here in the hips, making sure everything's warmed up, soft, supple. Feel good, pain-free fitness on this Monday morning. All right, let's go ahead and bend the knee. Both knees bent. Let's go up and down with the hips. Glute bridges, using those glutes, the hamstrings. The lower back is working a little bit, but try to make sure that the glutes are doing most of this work. Mostly glutes here. Getting that hip extension. Make sure you're breathing. Your abs should actually be relaxed here. Take big deep breaths into the abdomen. Let's do one more and hold. 30-second hold. So again, squeezing the glutes. Let's say the glutes do about 60% of this work. Put that work right there in the buttocks, the glutes. The hamstrings and the lower back, those each do about 20%. There's your 100. So again, mostly glutes. This is predominantly a glute exercise, although you will feel that lower back as well. All right, let's lower it down. Let's have a seat. And we will lean forward. So legs are out straight. If your hamstrings tend to be a little bit tight, feel free to either bend your knees or you can bring your feet wide and then lean forward. Either of those modifications will make it a little bit easier to reach down toward your toes. So just go down as far as you're able to without forcing it. Don't force anything. We're still early in the workout. We're going to do a slow, steady ramp up for about 20 minutes of stretching, 10 minutes of core, 10 minutes of weights, and then actually at the end, we'll combine weights and cardio at the end to get that nice heart rate as well. All right, let's tuck one leg. Keep one leg straight, tuck the other one under like this. So the bottom of the foot is on the inside of the knee, and we're leaning forward over that straight leg. So you guys join in on the 10-minute preview. If you want to join on the full workout, you want to try it out, healthintherealworld.com, you get a 30-day free trial. Try it out, join us for the full 50-minute live class. Those of you joining on the class, all right, let's go ahead and switch sides. Those of you joining on that live full class, after, if you guys have any questions, you want to talk about your specific home situation, what you're eating, or any other workouts, stretches, core that you're doing, we can chat about that as well. So we got about 10 more seconds here, and then we're going to do a little active warm up here. We're going to trick your hamstrings into stretching out a little bit more. So let's get back into that first position here. Legs are out straight. Again, if you're tight, bend your knees or go wider with the feet. Let's lean forward toward the toes, and then very slowly pull it back, and then reach up overhead. Get really active in your hip flexors. Reach up overhead and then bend forward. We're not trying to increase the range of motion necessarily. We're trying to get better at the range that we're already good at. And what will happen with our body is that it will start to sort of trust you and feel more comfortable. As that happens, the range of motion will automatically open up. So you don't have to necessarily force anything. Reach up overhead and then reach forward. You don't have to force anything, just let it be where it is. And little by little, you'll get there. Now, if your back is the limiting factor here, good news for you. We're actually going to stretch out the back coming up next. Upper spinal floor twist on our side. Optional, I like to add a little weight here. That's something I've been doing a lot recently, but you don't have to. So 90-90, take your top arm, let's come up and over right here. Or again, grabbing that weight, coming up and over here. And we're gonna hold this position. If you are flexible enough and you can touch the hand to the floor, just lift the hand up maybe an inch or so off the floor. And that way you use the weight of the arm to twist the torso around a little bit more. Big deep breath in and release. Breathe in and let it out. Okay, let's make this one active now. We're gonna close it up, touch the hands together, bring it all the way up and around again. And then close it up again. So again, we're sort of tricking the body into releasing, and same concept here. We're not necessarily trying to expand the range of motion. We're just trying to get better at the range that we're already good at. And what that will do is create relaxation, and the end result of that is that your range of motion actually will get better, but it will get better without even trying as hard. Okay, before we switch sides, let's do rotator cuff here. So keeping that weight, if you have it, rotate up and down, lifting that hand up toward the ceiling, keeping the elbow in tight at the side. We have 15 seconds left here. And we have actually a couple more exercises before we switch sides. Long sequence here. Let's do the next one, which is a side press. So I'm gonna come up into that rotator cuff. I'm in the end of the rotator, and I'm pushing straight up toward the ceiling. So imagine it's like a bench press, but sideways. We're pressing straight out to the side, working the lateral head of the deltoid, the side of the shoulder. And if you're able to go heavier on this, you can. But we're using this mostly as a warm-up today, so lightweight is fine. All right, let's go ahead and drop that weight. We still have one more exercise here on our side. Let's do arm circles. Top leg forward, bottom leg back, and we'll take this top arm all the way up and around. So if we think about the shoulders, it's that one major joint that gets the least amount of work, right? So even if you're not working out much, you're still working your hips, your knees, and your ankles because you're walking around places. But think about the last time in your day-to-day life where you reached your arms way up overhead and actually worked the shoulders the way they're designed. All right, let's switch directions. So because we don't use the shoulders as much as we should, posture suffers. But that's why this is one of the most beneficial exercises, is because it takes your arm through the full range of motion, but it does so in a way that is light enough, not going to cause any injury. It keeps you safe and also in that good movement pattern. All right, guys, let's switch sides. Switch to the other side. We got the same sequence on the other side. A little memory test here. If you can remember all the exercises we did on the other side. Let's start with upper spinal floor twist. Open and hold. Again, you can use the weight or not. If you are using the weight, keep it light. 2-3 pounds, no more than 5 pounds. Just open and hold, keeping the knees stacked right on top of each other. Breathe. And remember, up next, we're doing active here. We're going to close up that arm, touch those hands together out in front, and then bring the arm up and all the way around. And close it. Good. All the way open. And close. Good. Got about 10 more seconds. And let's do one more. All the way open. Close it up. Let's go straight to that rotator cuff right here, keeping the elbow at your side. The shoulder really responds well to a full range of motion, similar to the hip. It's a ball and socket, plus you have you got the collarbone, you got the shoulder blade, a lot of different parts. So that's why we do so many different ranges of motion. We want to keep the entire shoulder healthy. All right, let's do those side presses. Lift it up, straight out to the side. Working the outside of the shoulder. Last exercise here on this side. Let's drop the weight if you have one. And top leg forward, bottom leg back. Let's do those big arm circles. It doesn't really matter which direction you start. As long as you switch halfway through, good to go. All right, good. Switch directions. Those of you joining us on the 10-minute preview, thanks for joining today. We will be back Wednesday, 8 a.m. Pacific time, or if you want to join us for the entire workout, you can continue with us. healthintherealworld.com healthintherealworld.com and try it out. Thanks, guys, for joining me. Let's continue here with the arm circles, guys. Let's go. Actually, we're moving on. Let's go pullovers on our backs. So 3 options for the pullover. So option 1, interlace your hands here. We're going straight up overhead. Option 2, with a light to moderate weight. And then option 3, adding in leg raises. Making sure to keep that lower back flat as we raise that arm up overhead and lower the legs back down. So 3 options there for your pullovers. Good. All right, let's go ahead and flip over.